Hi guys, this is an extra social studies practice paper, another little bit of a review of what we've been learning so far. I thought it might be helpful if I read it to you. So I'm practicing my technology skills and I'm going to read this to you. This is actually from our social studies book, but it is something that they just give a little summary of a lesson, and I thought it would be just perfect. So you don't actually need your book to do this. So this is lesson 3, The Revolution Begins. Little bit of vocabulary: American Revolution, a war Americans fought for independence from Great Britain, and the Battle of Bunker Hill, a battle in the American Revolution that the British won. You'll actually watch the Battle of Bunker Hill video for Liberty's Kids next week. So Paul Revere's Ride, I believe you watched last week. The summary for that is on April 18th, 1775, 700 British soldiers began marching from Boston to Concord, Massachusetts. They were coming to take and destroy weapons that patriots were storing in Concord. The patriots heard reports that the British were also going to arrest the patriot leaders Samuel Adams and John Hancock. Adams and Hancock were both in Lexington, Massachusetts, a city between Boston and Concord. Paul Revere and William Dawes set out to warn the militias in Lexington and Concord. As he rode, Revere shouted a warning to the people. Revere reached Lexington first. He warned Adams and Hancock, who left before the soldiers arrived. Revere, Dawes, and Dr. Samuel Prescott then rode to Concord but were stopped by British soldiers. Revere was captured, but Dawes got away. Prescott also was able to get away. He completed the ride to Concord to warn the colonists. The video you watched this week is the shot heard around the world. On April 19th, 1775, the Lexington militia prepared for battle. British soldiers marched into Lexington and faced the colonists. A shot was fired. The British won the battle that followed. 8 colonists were killed and 9 were wounded. Only 1 British soldier had been injured. The British then marched on to Concord. When they reached Concord, they were outnumbered by the militias already there. After a short battle, the British returned to Boston. The Patriots fired on the British as they marched back to Boston and killed or injured 250 British soldiers. These battles marked the beginning of the American Revolution, the war Americans fought for independence. The Battle of Bunker Hill, which you'll watch next week. On June 16th, 1775, Patriot soldiers went to Charleston to get control of Bunker Hill and Breed's Hill. They wanted to fire cannons into Boston from nearby hilltops. This would force the British to leave. Overnight, the Patriots built a fort on Breed's Hill. The next day, more than 2,000 British soldiers attacked the fort. The Patriots drove the British back 2 times, but the British took the fort on the 3rd attack. The British won the battle that became known as the Battle of Bunker Hill, yet the British had suffered heavy losses. The Patriots were proud of the way they had fought against the British Army. Following this page is a cause and effect worksheet, as well as a little bit of comprehension questions. You can use the summary that I just read to you to answer them. So if we consider the cause, what happened, the British battled the Patriots at Lexington, Concord, and Bunker Hill. What are 2 effects, or what are 2 results from those battles? The second question is, how did Paul Revere warn the colonists that the British were coming? The third question is, what happened at the Battle of Lexington? The fourth is, what events marked the beginning of the American Revolution? And number 5 is a critical thinking. It's asking if it is fact or opinion. Before the revolution began, one British leader said, "The very sound of cannons would cause patriots to run away as fast as their feet will carry them." Was this a fact or an opinion, and how can you tell?